This presentation is directed to the marketing sector of the Centre Group franchise in reference to the use of effective visual merchandising within their Carindale Westfield shopping centre. I will in particular be focusing on the Dangerfield brand and their store within Carindale. Dangerfield is an Australian fashion label with a chain of clothing stores that focus primarily on alternative women's and youth's fashion. The stores are owned by the company Factory X and include the brands Black Friday, Revival, Dangerfield, Princess Highway and Pulp Kitchen. Dangerfield was established in Melbourne in 1986 and is strongly influenced by the youth culture, atmosphere and history of the city. They blend vintage with modern street style and create a combination inspired by alternative subcultures throughout history, bridging the gap between the eras. With a vintage-inspired range of prints mixed with timeless styles, Dangerfield draws inspiration from 60s mods, 70s glamour and 90s grunge, as well as the incorporation of modern trends, references and styles. In this presentation, we will be analysing the elements of visual marketing used in the Carindale Dangerfield store and evaluate how efficiently they use these features to increase and maintain sales and customers. Lighting is a subtle yet impacting feature on any environment and has strong effects on the mood and theme of a space. The store at Carindale creates a warmer mood through the use of dimmer lighting than the majority of stores within most shopping centres. It is a lot less intense and creates a contrast to the stark white shops around it with a different and more comfortable mood. The Dangerfield store has no main ceiling lighting and instead has 2 rows of spotlights focusing on their clothing, which lines the walls, creating shadows and points of focus. Together these features create a similar mood to the stores such as Typo or T2, which all aspire to convey an alternative atmosphere to other stores, which helps to communicate their values and style of apparel. They also use lighting to illuminate their sign, which brings us to our next element. These 2 elements include the brand's use and positioning of their logos and signs, and how they present and package their merchandise. The Dangerfield sign is very simple in design, with a black and white printed text, lit with fluorescent white lighting, as can be seen in the photo shown here. This makes it an easily recognizable symbol as it is a clearly readable font of the shop's name. The sign has a clear and highly visible location, positioned directly above the center of the store's entry. This use of signage works together to produce a clear and easily recognizable logo and sign. The store's logo is also seen on clothing tags as well as on tote and shopping bags. This provides the brand with free out-of-store advertising as people interacting with purchased product or passing those with branded merchandise will work as additional advertising. This is part of the element known as packaging, which consists of how the product is presented to the customer after purchase. Dangerfield packages their products wrapped in tissue paper and kept in a branded tote bag, which connects to their environmental ethics. Whilst all workers at Dangerfield are encouraged to promote their own style, they are all required to wear appropriate clothing from the brand itself. This creates diversity among their workers, fitting into their main theme of uniqueness and individuality, whilst also promoting their range of clothing. Having their clothing modelled on their workers, who each use it to create their own look, provides the customers with a real-life display and more personal promotion of their product. Cash register of the Dangerfield store, there is often a range of smaller goods, including socks, brooches and pins, earrings and accessories, as well as advertising for any special sales, available jobs or contests. This encourages last-minute sales from the customer, as they are more inclined to purchase these small, cheaper items while standing and waiting at the checkout. This same idea applies to advertisement placed here, as all customers making a purchase will see everything on the counter and have time to process any available opportunities presented to them. The store at Carindale promotes features of both wallpaper and timber structuring, which brings the store a sense of texture and depth, as well as a variance in colour. The ceiling is exposed, with painted black air conditioning ducts and lighting being shown. Their shelves and clothing racks are made of metal framing and wood, which combined with these other features creates an industrial-inspired space. Dangerfield arranges their merchandise according to each new collection of stock. Their designers base their work off a specific colour or theme and create a collection sharing specific features. Within their store, they group these collections together, which often include matching or suggested outfits, as well as similarly designed garments and accessories. Visual marketing is a key component to making and maintaining sales and customers, as well as successfully promoting a brand. The visuals of a store are primarily what are used to convey that brand's style, ethics, values, target audience, mood, and history. Therefore, visual merchandising is an extremely valid point of marketing, as it provides customers with an overview of what the brand promotes and what their products will include. As the visual presentation of a store is the first thing any passerby will process and evaluate the brand on, it must create an an attitude and environment that fits with their target audience in order to persuade purchasers as well as customer loyalty. If a store creates an environment that resonates with their audience successfully, customers will be more inclined to form a personal connection and stronger loyalty to that brand. Dangerfield creates such an environment through the physical design of their store and combine the mentioned features to craft a specific genre of brand. Their use of these features create a warm environment with a theme of distinct and bold personality, which builds a niche and close community of loyal customers as it attracts people with a very specific style and character. Something to be improved upon is that Dangerfield stores can often appear somewhat cluttered, with a large amount of stock packed into the one place. Whilst this may build on their vintage theme, it can make the store difficult to maneuver and view. With that, I conclude this presentation of the visual merchandising of the Dangerfield store within Westfield, Carindale. Thank you, Centre Group, for your time.